Hi, good day. Thanks for coming by. We have rocks. There was a neighbor up the road giving away these rocks and using the trailer one more time. There's the little pile out of the trailer. This little rock was always here, but it's nice and white. Well, it's a lighter colored rock, and I would like that to be in my pathway, which I will be widening this. I'm going to widen it out another probably 6 inches, or to a foot wider. And Terry is cleaning up the pond. He's already started. He got all the water taken out, a little bit right there, but all the water is taken out, and cleaning off the liner. There he is. He's just putting a little bit more fill underneath here I think it's to raise up the pump, something to do with the pump, and then the water runs better or something. So he's working on that. And I just noticed as I was filming here that these little flowers are standing right here. Yeah, I'm gonna pull them out. They're like volunteer flowers. They might have a little yellow flower or white flower on top laid around, but they're a little bit high. And when you're standing over to the side, you can't see water because they're filling in the space. But I do have plants, right here. I see them. And the iris is there. But yeah, it's a little bit of a... There, it's cleaned up. So he's finishing up that. Putting the rocks back on the liner. So we're in the China, this little China garden, little pond. Just another little quick wash, and then gonna fill up the pond. Let the water, well, it's not so deep there because it runs down through. So while the pond is filling up, I'm going to go and plant these little pretty flowers that I bought at the shop, half price. So it's only like $3 each. I'm gonna put them over in the fairy garden next to the cedar rail where I've put marigolds. That's where these 3 will go. And here I am, fairies, and the rail. So I have my kneeling pad with me, and my little trowel. And there it is, planted, just like that. 3, 1, 2, 3, right together right there. It might be moved next year because this green right here, that's the snowball tree. It goes up and all the snowballs on top. I'm going to cut that off. I just brought it over because it was rooted. Anyway, there's a Terry's. Yeah. Going too fast for my own good. That's Terry's sunflowers. And he already put some rocks from our pile now, the new pile. He put them lined up here because that's a little stream runs down through, and we always kind of lose the ground there, so the rocks hopefully will keep the soil up. So that's where I was. I just planted those right there, and his sunflowers are high now. It's like high as the rail. So it's starting to fill up. And while the water's still, flowing in, I'm going to widen the rock way underneath. I want the rocks to come out as far as this branch. So yeah, another 6 inches out or something, another foot out. So I'm moving all the grass and putting the rocks that we just received there. That way when you're walking by this area, you see the rocks and then you notice a little bit of water running. It's just for the eye's sake. It's really moist here, so it's easy to pull up the grass. Yeah, I already got a lot piled up there. So there you go, you can see now. Yeah, so when you're walking up this path, the branch from the tree ends there, and that's where the rocks will be. Jerry's bringing me over the few rocks that I'll need, and I'm just placing them. It's a good day here, probably in the 20s. Over the weekend, just probably 3 days ago, it was like 35 degrees Celsius, and now it's back into the 20s. Oh, there's a little face in the rock, right? The water is running there now, you can see it going by. Yay, it's moving. It's coming from the little pond now and moving on down into the big pond. The overflow. There is a little grade there. Our property slants a little going down. Bless me. Yep, you can see it. There it is. Now, there were a couple of frogs here this morning, so I don't know what happened to them. Oh, there's movement. There he is. George.
Froggy baby.
I have my rocks done now. That's it. Just a line of rocks. And the pond's filling up, and the men are busy now. They're going to straighten up the fence post. There's some bigger rocks from that pile, and they're going to holding up the fence post. There's kind of a lean on it, so they're just putting rocks to the base of it. All these posts are in cement, so they're not going to really fall down. Just had a little lean. I have my Rose of Sharon there. I cleaned up all the forget-me-nots. And you can see the Rose of Sharon a little bit better. I have to move the daffodils. I'll be going in and moving all those daffodils. Thank you for straightening up the little birdhouse. And there they are now. They're on the other side of the chairs. They're going to do every pole going down. Even if it's not a slant, they're just going to give it those big rocks. That's why I picked them up. He picked them up for that. And to put in the pathway over there for the water to run through. You can see the cedar rail right here. I cut them at the end of this one. They were straightening up the last one. And this tool is called Come Along. It's like so it was strapped to the other pole, and they just pulled the pole and straightened it up this way. Came straight this way. Come along, come along, come along. There it is, nice and straight. I was mentioning to one of you that I put a tire When the boys were very young, we first had our property, put a tire and put 2 little trees in it, and there they are. They're grown now. So it's a ring around the tree, but it's not cut. It's not like what we're just doing now. We're putting the wrap around the tree, but it's cut and we're wrapping it and stapling it. These are tires. Yeah, cute idea. I love it back here. I just dumped all my grass back there. I love it back there. And our wood pile is there too. Now, just finishing up a couple more little jobs today. And what we call it, limestone screenings. Just so when you're coming down this way from the house into the garden, that's a clear line. That's a path, and that's our recycling and garbage box, like its own lattice box right there. Anyway, and that's our back. That's the door to the garage. But I just wanted to have that nice straight, clean line for that area, and then the grass is there, and then the flowers, nice tree. Because the grass was growing into the rocks and it was kind of going in. It had no sense. Now it's got a nice straight line. And now I'm just going to trim up some flowers. These are the ones in the fairy box. I'm a bit late because the new ones are already grown up. But I'm just cutting off all the little dead because they were higher. And you can see the new ones are right there, little pink fluffy things. So cute. And there's daisies growing here now. Everything is taking its turn. I don't know what this flower is called. I just liked it for the fairy garden because it's so whimsical. Here's a beautiful iris still here, purple. And the snowballs. The snowballs are finishing up and they're turning pink. Isn't that pretty? It's like pink flowers. And I'm cutting back the iris leaves, those that have brown bits on them and dots and stuff. And you cut them at a slant. Don't cut them straight across. And I'm pulling out any little growth that's there. You can see right there, that one is cut on a slant. So if it rains, then the water doesn't sit across the top of the leaf. There's all cleaned up. Here's a little blue flowers with the seeds. And I'm just going to leave that there. I don't know if I'm supposed to dry them or not, but I'm just going to let them there. See if they come back. There, it's a little bit cleaned up. Now I'm down in the shady area of the maple leaf tree. This is the balloon flower that I bought earlier. It's pretty small, but it's still doing well. Give me lots of blooms. I think it's like the shady area, so I don't know if I can put it anywhere else. I'm just cutting off all the dead there to the 2 leaves. And I'm trimming up the salvia. Just all the dead. I could have done it earlier because the new is coming there. I do believe I'll get a second flush of these flowers, for this year. The tulips have to die down a bit more before I can trim them up or clear it away. Maybe the stems can be cut once they're brown. And this little one, blue and pink flowers. Can't remember the name. I already trimmed that one up. And on the other side, nice ground cover. Oh, that's the arrow with the little white flowers coming. And Mom's rose. There. So I thank you for coming by. Have a great day.